how's it going? We're back with another L video, and today we're going to have a quick look at the Bayern game that was played last night as I'm recording this. First Champions League game. Wasn't kind of what we wanted, but look, I'll take that. So we're quickly going to get into looking at the lineups as we usually do. So Ten Hag's lineup is going to show up here, and what we're going to do, if you haven't seen any of my videos, I go through certain things. And one of them is I compare how Ten Hag lined up the squad versus how I personally would have lined up. And to be honest, the formation he picked, perfect. It's exactly how Bayern lined up in the way of formation. I would have done the same. You know, Bayern it's ran by the midfield. The midfield is, in my opinion, one of the best midfield selections going. So, quickly, gonna go through the L players. So obviously in goal we're gonna have Onana. Didn't have a great game, but look, you're not always gonna be on form. And as I said in the last video, we're still getting used to his ball playing kind of style, which we're not used to. You know, we've always had the classic kind of keeper, not a sweeper keeper. So I don't think he was as bad as other people are gonna go on. I think. Our back four was Delo, Lindelof, Martinez and Reguilon. Look, it's the best we're gonna get right now with the amount of injuries we have. You know, Varane is injured, Wan-Bissaka is injured. It's the best we can get. We're not gonna whack in Harry Maguire or Johnny Evans, so that back four is, in my opinion, alright. Then we have a centre mid pairing of Casemiro and Eriksen. Then Bruno is our attacking mid on both of our wings. On the left we have Rashford, on the right we have Pellistri, and then up forward obviously we had Højlund. So for me, the only real change that I personally would have made is in the midfield. So the goalkeeper is the same. Onana, we don't really have anyone other to select. Then we have the back four, exactly the same. Now with the midfield pairing is where I would have changed it up. I would have had Casemiro, and instead of Eriksen, I would have actually put in Dan Gore. I just think he's that kind of more of a physical midfield in comparison to Eriksen. So I just think with Bayern's midfield, they're also very physical. I think we were better off with having two very physically strong and that kind of ball-winning midfielder in comparison to one ball-winning midfielder and a playmaker, you know, because we have Bruno as a playmaker. When it comes to more physical teams, you know, I think we need to play more physical mids. If Amrabat was fit, Amrabat is going in there, but he's not. So for me, our next best option in the way of physical midfield is Dan Gore. And then on the right and left wing, the exact same, Rashford and Pellistri. And then up front, Højlund, because I'm not going to pick Martial. Because he doesn't do much, he doesn't run much, and as I've said umpteen times now, he has legs built like Nature Valley bars, which they crumble very easily. So quickly, the L prediction I had for the game was I thought we would have lost 4-1. I didn't think we were going to get the 4-3. Personally, I thought Bayern would have made, you know, some nice plays, gotten the 4 goals, and I thought their goal would have been very like Casemiro's first goal, that just pure chance, just jammy, is what I thought we would have got for a goal. So I'm very happy with the 4-3. Not ideal, but I'll take it against a team like Bayern. So I'm quite happy. Now quickly, we are going to have a look at the L player performance, which again, it's what we do. Now lineup comparing, the prediction, and looking at how players performed it's what we do here. It's what we do. So for me, there was 4 players that kind of stood out. Pellistri isn't one, which might be surprising for some of you if you've seen videos I've done before. Massive fan of Pellistri, but he just did what he's always done. You know, he caused problems for the fullbacks. He pinged in crosses, he was making chances. That's what you expect when Pellistri plays. Did he do well? Very much so, but he's not one of the 4 that stood out to me the most. The first 2 that stood out to me a lot were our centre mids, you know, Casemiro and Eriksen. For me, Casemiro was he's almost like a ghost for a good chunk of the game. Obviously he was doing the tackling and he was making passes, but it's not, again, I just think he's absolutely just dead. I just think he's dead and tired from last season, you know, playing almost every game, then going and doing international games, you know, it's a lot. I don't think we're going to see Casemiro the same way as he was last season for a while. Until Amrabat gets fit and he's played more, I think we're going to see this type of Casemiro, that tired, doing the best he can kind of Casemiro. But in fairness, he did come alive towards the end of the game, which I'll take. Again, I'll take whatever we can get really at this stage with this team. So many players are off form, so many players are injured. It's not looking good for us, but we move on, we keep pushing, that's all we can do. See, our other midfield was Eriksen, and for me, he's just almost like Casemiro, he's just a ghost. But there was no positive from Eriksen, in my opinion. You know, he's just, I don't know, he's just not the same as he would have been 3-4 years ago. Obviously, he had the problem with the old fainting, and then he had injuries last season. I'm not saying he's a bad player in any way, shape or form. He's still a very talented and good player. I just think there's certain teams he's not going to be fit to play against. Like Bayern. As I've said, Bayern's midfield are very physical, okay? And then their attacking options are very quick, kind of tiki-taka kind of as a way. And we saw with Sané, like, if you haven't seen the Sané goal, it's going to be up on the screen for you now. Eriksen was only getting to the edge of the box as the goal had been scored. It's that little. He's not a centre mid, he's an attacking mid. His passing and his shooting is what makes him good and what makes him good. So this, trying to form him into a centre mid, he's just too far on in his career, you know. His legs, he can't do it anymore. He can't do a centre mid job anymore. He can do an attacking mid job. Another player that I feel bad saying it is Rashford. You know, it's the same shit. You know, he's pinging passes, which is what was annoying me about him when I did the Brighton video. That's fucking good. It's good to see him pinging in these passes. You know. That's what Højlund runs on. He runs on that. Chances being played into him. Right, so he has that sorted. That's down. He's doing that now. Now what he needs to move on to sorting out is switching off towards the end of games. Like, normally I don't agree with a lot of commentators saying this player wants off, this player wants off. Normally they're just fucking tired. It's not that they want off. They just fucking ran to the bone. They're just dead. They're tired. But Rashford, for me, now maybe it was just me who took it this way, or maybe it was just me, but Rashford just switched off. In the last half an hour to 20 minutes, he switched off. You could tell by the fact he wasn't doing as much running. You know, his body language said he was done. I don't know whether it's just the fact anytime we scored, Bayern would go back and score another goal, or whether it was like what I've just said, he was just tired, you know? One of those, whichever one, you know, if he's tired, fair enough. If he's just fucking giving up, you can understand it, but it's not really what you want from one of your best players. Obviously Garnacho then got subbed on, but like, I personally think we should have made 3-4 subs at like the 60th minute mark. Like, why is Ten Hag leaving it to the last 15-20 minutes to make these subs? Our boys were fucking dead. I know you have favourites, which he does. He clearly has favourites at that club. But when your players are fucking dead, just pushing them isn't going to work. Because they're going to then not be fully recovered for the next game. And we're going to have the same shit. They'll last a certain amount of time, and then they'll just fucking, I'm fucking done. I'm tired, I can't do any more. I get he's this very computer kind of, has stats. But, and that's how he runs on stats and how many. Grant, if that's how you want to be as a manager, cool, I'm not shitting on Ten Hag, I'm not saying he's a bad manager, I think he's a great manager. But it's when your players like Rashford are just so unbelievably tired and you have players like Garnacho on the bench, sub it. Once you see his form drop, sub him. Fucking sub him. We're gonna need him in the next game because, as I've said, he's a crucial fucking player to the team. And give him that extra bit of time to fully recover. It's mind-boggling at times for me. I move on to the last player that for me stood out a lot, which was Reguilon. Look, I didn't know how this would work out. When I saw we were linked with Reguilon Cucurella, I was like, look, probably would prefer Cucurella. He was, for me, and what I knew about him, he was slightly better defensively than Reguilon. Just from, you know, his time at Spurs and a bit at Atletico, his defensive work, as I said, from what I saw and what I knew, wasn't brilliant. And holy shit, he's been very good for South Park. I think he's been very good for the fact that he's a loanee. He doesn't need to put this much effort in, you know. His pushing forward was brilliant, and then getting back was also very good, you know. So it surprised me a lot. Now hopefully he keeps this form he has going, because he would have proved me so wrong. But I'm very happy with how he performed in that, you know, considering he is one of our only fullbacks to select at the moment. He's fucking taking these chances by the neck and just fucking going full in. A fair play to him. He's done very good from my opinion. You know what I've seen, I think he's doing very good. Now, the last thing I want to touch on, it's not a player, it's the referee. I'm sorry, that ref needs sacking from Champions League, right? I get some refs miss shit, and some people will see something and go, he's supporting this, that and the other club, he supports the other club. That ref, I'd put money on it, that ref is a Bayern fan, right? Because of these reasons. Rashford and Pellistri were both tackled from behind, which you can't do, right? Pellistri was tackled from behind in the box, right? That's a penalty. That's blatant penalty. Rashford was fouled outside the box, so it should have been a free. Do you think he gave either of those? Absolutely fucking not, right? Now this bit had me fucking livid. I was sitting there watching the game with my dad, and I'd say I spent 5-6 minutes just fucking complaining about this one decision, right? Missing shit is a different thing, right? Like maybe he missed Rashford's thing because he had turned away, I don't know. But the fucking officials with the flag should have fucking called that, because that was it. But the fact, right, that Eriksen jumping up and then Upamecano's header hit his arm, and that was called as a fucking penalty. I'm sorry, that's fucking physics. You jump up, your arms come up a bit. I get it if he went like that, but his arms just came up kind of like that because he fucking jumped. That's how that shit works. He didn't go, hello. He jumped up, arms came up a bit. How in the fuck? Because when you see the slow down play, he puts his arm down a bit, right? He was putting it. As the ball was coming towards him, he was trying to get it down. Do you know why he didn't have it down like that? Because it's not enough time. When you jump off the ground, right, you're pushing your body up. So bits of your bodies are going to come up, like your fucking arms. So how that's a penalty? But Pellistri being tackled from behind, Rashford being tackled from behind, aren't fouls, is pure bollocks. That is clear favouritism. That ref needs pulling up. Those calls were pure and utter bollocks. And he shouldn't be reffing things like the Champions League if he's going to do shit like that. No. You can't be a professional ref, call shit like that, and then be allowed ref the Champions League. No. Not happening. Right, so this is the end of the L video. Thank you very much for watching and putting up with my little rant towards the end. I just get very passionate about shit, especially when dumb things like that are called. It's stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna stop taking up any more of your time. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll talk to you in the next one.